Hi again. I want to show you how, with this second cake, how I got it out of the skillet. Because the second or the third video did not pick that up. I don't know what I'm doing yet with the camera, but y'all be patient with me. So I'm going to show you with this second one. Hopefully it will come out as good as the first one. So like I said, I put mine on these boards, or you can put it on a flat plate, making sure that your surface is flat, because these are so delicate that if you put it on one with a dome in the middle, with a dip in the middle, it's going to sink down to it. So I've had this one sitting here just for a moment. Let me go ahead and show this to you. I'll turn you around. Okay, you can see that. And sometimes they do. They will, at the very end, they'll dip just a little bit. But it doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter about that crack right there. So I'm going to turn you back around to where you can see me dunk this cake. I don't know what dunk is the right word, but it's to empty it out. So, out of the skillet. And that sometimes takes a technique. We'll see how it works there. Alright, so I'm going to get my board. I'm going to lay it right on top. This skillet is still hot, remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one right here on top of my board. And then I'm going to, you can see it's on top of the board. And I'm going to turn that over really quick, hoping that it is coming out really good. Okay, that one's still a little bit hot. I didn't leave it on there long enough. So we're going to have to do a little work on it. It looks beautiful. I'm going to take some of that goodie and fill these up. You know what I thought about whenever I got these in the oven? I had my Baker's Joy sitting out there, and I forgot to spray the sides of it. And so what I'm going to do here is try to put some of this right back on there. I may just leave it like it is and just put the goodie in there. That might be the best thing to do with it. I didn't let this one cool enough. I mean, it's just sometimes you just work with it. I didn't let this one cool. I did the other one for about 5 minutes. You can't let them cool too much because the butter will get cold and then they will stick. But I think what I done is I forgot to use my Baker's Joy. And Baker's Joy is one of my trusted sprays. It has the flour and the shortening also in it. Alright, let me turn this around here, make sure that, see what I can do. Let me get a knife. We want to get every bit of that, if we can, on this cake. See if I can't put this right there. That skillet is still really, really hot. You learn as you cook, and you make mistakes, and they'll be all right. Everything will be lovely, and it's going to be delicious. As Brenda Gant says, it's going to be good, you all. But I say it's going to be delicious, you all. So I'm going to take this little part right here, and I bet you next time I'll remember to spray that. So I'm taking that goodie, and I'm sort of gluing that bread in there with that. Okay. So now I'm going to take, let me get this up right here. I'm going to take and get some of this goodie that's right around the side here. Let me fix you to where you can see this. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Maybe over a little before this goodie in this skillet gets so cold that I can't use it. I'm going to put that right there. But I'm going to put the cherries on first so I can get that on there, and then I can straighten it up. Wash my hands really quick. Okay, I'm going to put the cherries in this really quick so then I can take care of the rest of it. Because you can see when I put that on there, that goodie is just so hot right there. That's where I did not let it cool, trying to get this done so you all could see. But it's best to be patient. I guess God shows us that we need to be patient sometimes for things to work out. Even a cake, you know, you have to be patient even with a cake. Anything that God does, He always blesses, and He always makes it beautiful. I don't know of anything that God's not, made that's not beautiful. Everything He's made is beautiful. So there we go. And like I said, we can always slide these out a little bit. They may break, and you just put them right back in there. So I'm going to get my pecans, and I'm going to start working on this, so it'll be beautiful too for Miss Marcia and Connie. Hopefully they enjoy this and their family. So we're going to put some of the prettiest pecans that we have on here. There we go. It's already looking beautiful. And you know, there's when you're baking homemade or semi-homemade or everything's not going to be perfect on it, and that's just being homemade. You know, I'm not a professional baker or cook. I just do these things because I enjoy them. I enjoy making my family and friends happy with my baking. I want to get that where you can see it a little bit better. Hopefully you can see it right there. And then I'm still adding pecans. I'm going to put some right here. And then I'm going to try to get them on there to where I can put some goodie on top of them. I just love that word, Miss Brenda. Yeah, I just love that. And I love her too. She has been such a great inspiration to me. You know, I'm not familiar like her with some things. And some things we bake and cook alike, and some things we do totally different. Like my cornbread is totally different from hers. But it's a recipe that I've learned that it works. You know, when you put the mayonnaise in, your mayonnaise is nothing but oil and eggs. So if you're thinking about that, so I don't use buttermilk. I mean, you can. Buttermilk cornbread is delicious. My husband makes it a whole different way. I'll get him on here one day and let him show you how he makes his cornbread in a cast iron skillet. He uses eggs and buttermilk or milk, whatever's on hand, and he loves it. And he loves it that way. And he loves a good crisp on the outside and tender on the inside. And you know, we've got a little miniature dachshund. His name is Tank, and he loves cornbread. I give him some of ours with just the mayonnaise in it. And he absolutely can eat a whole cornbread. We don't give him the whole cornbread muffin all at once. We just give him like half, and then we'll save the other half. And he just loves it. And I don't think that it'll hurt him. I've looked it up, and I don't see anything anywhere where Google or whoever says that it will hurt a dog to give him some cornbread as a treat. You know, he always gets his dog food. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. So let's see what I can do with this goodie. I hope it's still warm. It don't look like it is. So what we're going to do is just sprinkle some of it. I may have to put it back in the oven to get it hot. But what we're going to do, we're just going to do what we can do with it, because that one was hot. I think this is going to be okay. That is some good looking goodie right there. This takes you back, like I said. This is the way my mom made it, and my grandmother, and my mother-in-law also. And I never thought that it would be a hit like it is, because I always made them, you know, in a bundt pan. And everybody loved them that I shared with. But seems to me like this skillet one is going to be more of a hit than the one that you do in a bundt pan. And like I said, you know, nothing you bake is going to be absolutely perfect. It's not coming out of a bakery. This is coming out of a southern gal's kitchen. So again, I want to get a lot of that goodie in there. I don't want to waste any of it. It is so good. And so I hope Miss Marcia and Connie and Brent, I hope they all see this, and I hope that they're ready. I'm going to deliver these to them this afternoon. I'm going to give them a call and say, hey, I've got you a surprise ready. Hopefully they'll enjoy this. But I'm going to go ahead and put this skillet over in the sink. Like I said, I always try to wash my skillets. I always put some hot water in there as soon as I can. That way it loosens it up and it's not hard to wash. And I'm putting my ingredients and things back, and I wanted you to see this. Let me go ahead and I'm going to wet a little bit of this paper towel, and I'm going to clean this little board up right here, because like I said, you don't want to give your friends or your family something that doesn't look like you have not took a little bit of care with it. You want to clean up the edges. And with these skillet pineapple upside down cakes, even with one in a bundt pan, you still have some of the goodies that will run off the sides, you know. So I'm show you all this, and it's not anything. I'm just gonna throw that away and get me another piece here, because I'm just wetting the end of it to where sorry, I had my arm right in your way, you couldn't even see nothing. So, and then you can also just take your fingers and push that goodie right up in there. I always have me some paper towel on hand, because you never know what you're going to need to wipe up. And sometimes I'll make a pretty good mess. All right. Let me get this up right here. Especially with fried pies. When I'm making fried pies, homemade fried pies, I sort of make mine like Brenda Gant does. Hers looks so much more beautiful than mine. But I make, when I make a whole lot. Last year, I think I made over 100 in one day for people, and different kinds. I make an apple fried pie, a strawberry fried pie, a blueberry and a blackberry fried pie, and then I had to come up with something special. And so around the holidays, I had a pumpkin pie, part of it left, that I had made, and so I think I'm going to try that. And so we had pumpkin pie fried pies, and then we had a part of a pecan pie left, and I took the filling out of that pecan pie and just chopped it up with what crust was left, and we put that in just chopped it up and put that filling in a fried pie dough, and we deep fried them. And then I put just a powdered sugar glaze on them, and then on the pumpkin pie one, I made the powdered sugar glaze, and I put some pumpkin pie spice in that and drizzled that over them. And one day I'll show you how to do that. Also, I'll come up that pumpkin pie. My little granddaughter in love to be, she loves cheesecake. So you can find the cream cheese, Philadelphia cream cheese cheesecake now in a bowl. So what I did for her was that I took the cream cheese, a spoonful of the cream cheese that has it's cream cheese cheesecake. And so I put a spoonful of that in my dough, and then I put a spoonful of that pumpkin pie filling in there, and I clamped those together and we deep fried those. So it was a pumpkin pie cheesecake fried pie. So she absolutely loved that. So one day I'll show you that. I want to go ahead and show you this finished product before I get off of here. Don't want to take up too much of your time. This is going to be one of my friends too. Looks like we had one of the little pecans fall off there. But I wanted you to see the finished product. It is still hot, and so I want to set it over here where it will cool, and then I'm going to give my friends a call and let them know that I've got them a surprise this afternoon. So again, this is Sheila Ellison. I hope you have enjoyed these videos. Try to make these. If you have any questions about them, you know, I'll be more than glad to answer them for you, like I said before. Give yourself a little time and patience, and take one step at a time. And if you don't succeed the first time, try again, because that's what I did with many things. One of the videos that I'm thinking about putting on next is called A Christmas Jam. And it's so good, and you get about 6 half pints out of one pot of it. And it's so good to give to your friends and your neighbors, and everybody just loves that. And also, I'm going to do some homemade biscuits like Miss Brenda Gant, so she can see that mine are totally different from hers, but you know, they're all good. I don't care whether you roll them out or you pat them out or you drop them. It's still a homemade biscuits. But I will show you that one on another video. And again, I want to say, may God bless you. Hope you enjoy this, and I hope you enjoy watching. If you'd like to see some more videos, give me a shout out. Thank you, and may God bless you, and have a great day. Thank you.